Oh, smells like roses. Products that have that rosy aroma. Like it's so rosy, rosy, rose. Hey guys, this video has been a long time in the works. I have been so loving rose-scented beauty products. Over the last several months, I've been accumulating so many different products that have that wonderful rosy aroma. I just love them. Everything from facial mists to lip balms to different skincare items. And I really wanted to come across with a video where I could share my reviews on all these things, and then I started getting really overwhelmed with all the stuff I had to talk about, and finally the light bulb went off and I thought you should do this, try this, not that style. So basically breaking down what I have into some general categories like the facial mist, the skincare, lip balm, tinted lip balm, and just going through and talking about the products that worked and the products that didn't. So I have 4 different rosewater facial mists that I've been testing out, and my favorite, the try this I guess you'd say, is this one from Glossier, and it's the Soothing Face Mist Rosewater Spray. I love this one for several reasons. First off, I think it's a great mist. When you mist it out, it's a fine mist, but it's still enough to where you don't feel you have to go going psh, 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 all over your skin to get enough moisture on. I feel like the scent is dead on, perfect level of rosiness, and it's kind of a touchy thing with a facial mist because you don't want to feel like you're spritzing a perfume right in your face, you know, and sometimes these florally scents can come off that way. So for my personal preference, I want it to be rosy without being too strong. I want it to add that refreshing level of moisture and come out with just the right intensity with the mist. And so this is really the best one that I've used. I do have another slightly less expensive face mist that I would put into the try this category, although I don't like it quite as well as the one I just mentioned. It is pretty darn good, and it's the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. This one has been living in my refrigerator. I use it every so often, and that's a great way to get a super refreshing mist. The scent on this isn't as purely rose as the one I just mentioned. You definitely can sense that there are some herbs in there. There are some other things mixed in creating this aroma. I think I mentioned in a haul that the way it sprays out sometimes can be a little bit erratic. Sometimes if you're spraying this on top of makeup, I can see like different dots on my skin, like it's coming out a little too much, not fine enough mist. I can't really say that that's been a consistent problem. And it really can add a nice amount of moisture to your skin without having to spray over it a zillion times. Another spray that I like but wouldn't necessarily recommend is this one from Jurlique, and this is probably the most expensive one. It's the Rosewater Balancing Mist. It's got a really beautiful kind of heavy matte glass bottle packaging here, and the mist is incredibly fine. And that's a bit of an issue for me because it's like, how close do I need to get to my skin to actually feel it? One mist of this is usually not enough. I don't know if you can tell if I spray it right here, but the mist just kind of circles all over the place instead of having some direction toward your face. So that's kind of the main problem with this for me. I do like the packaging. The scent is amazing. It's probably the most intensely rosy scent, very pure. I really like the product. It's just the delivery of it. And my last place one, I guess you'd say, is this Josie Maran Rosy Mist. It's not really like it's a bad product, but compared to the scent on all the others, this is much, much more subtle. I just have a little travel size here. That's probably what I'll continue to use this for, but it's not really doing anything better for my skin and not smelling any better than any of the others. Moving on to some skincare items. First thing I want to mention, definitely a try this, is my Peter Thomas Roth Rose Stem Cell Bio Repair Gel Mask. This is awesome. When I get a whiff of this, I do get the rosy vibe, but it's like roses mixed with fresh air, clean kind of scent, like there's something else thrown in there, but it's pleasant to me. And you can use this actually as a mask, like put it on a thick layer of this gel, leave it on for 10-15 minutes and then rinse it off. Or you can apply a thin layer of this as the last layer of your skincare and wear it overnight. And if you plan to use it that way, I mean, this is a ton of product. I mean, I see this overall as a splurge type item, but for as much as you're getting, you can use it in a couple of different ways, and I think the results are awesome. This is so hydrating. It's so softening more than anything. Like after you rinse this mask off, the skin feels so good, like baby's butt type good. And I felt some baby butt. But it says cutting edge plant biotechnology isolates and replicates 5 perfect reparative rose stem cells. And I know I've been talking so much about the rose fragrance, but there are a lot of skincare benefits to these rose infused products. So I love this. I feel like it really plumps up and softens the skin. Another try this item, and this would be like the equivalent to the touching up with the facial mist. You know, if you're a dry skin person, maybe you want the mist to sort of revive your skin, make it look a little more fresh and moisturized. But what if you're oily and you don't really want to go doing a lot of that throughout the day? Blotting papers, rose blotting papers from Sephora. These are the herbal rose. You open them up and then you pull this little part that has some sticky on it, and it will just pull out one sheet for you. It smells lightly rosy, and then you can just blot this all over your face. My makeup's been freshly done, so I don't know if I'm gonna pull up much oil, but I just really love that light fragrance that they have. I don't think in terms of function, they're that different from all the other blotting papers that are out there, but I don't know, it's just a little pick-me-up to smell that rosy scent. And there are 100 sheets in here, and it says aromatherapy benefits help aid in relaxation and tranquility. So I think this is a great little thing, and if you're obsessed with the rose scent, you should have it. Another skincare item that I would definitely say is a try this is the Sephora Rose Eye Mask. This was so refreshing, and I normally do masks and stuff at the end of a day, but I did this eye mask actually at the start of a day a couple days ago, and I couldn't believe how absolutely refreshing and cooling and just invigorating this was. Basically, you just take off these little tissue patches and you lay them right under your eye area. You can leave them on for like 15 minutes or so, and when you take them off, there's all this liquid. They're really saturated, and you can just kind of rub that in, but your skin really does drink it up. And talk about something that kind of plumps up the skin and really makes your eye area feel so nourished. And I'm not really calling this the full face mask, not that, you know, like don't try this one, because I like this too, but I felt like I got an even more potent effect from just putting the mask on the eye area. This is a typical sheet mask. You know, you take it out, it's very saturated with product, you put it all over your face, and I don't know, it's a little bit more of a pain to do. It's not going to be like a perfect fit for every person. You know, I felt like some of the sides were kind of sagging off or whatever, and after I took it off, I did blend in the product all over my face, but I didn't notice quite as great of an after effect as I do from the Peter Thomas Roth. So if you were thinking about either of these rose masks, I would go more toward just the eye one, and also I didn't notice any like irritation to my eye area. It's not too heavily scented. All right, so many rose lip balm products to talk about. These are lip balms that smell rosy and also, you know, deliver some of the skincare benefits of rose. As with everything I've talked about, I'm kind of gauging this stuff by rosy scent and how well does it actually work. And the absolute best in terms of the rosy lip balms that I've tried is the Aerin Rose Lip Conditioner. I just have the little try me size here. This is something I'm gonna be getting full size, but this is by far the most nourishing product to my lips. I was kind of comparing it up against my Agave lip mask from Bite, and I think this is an even more intensely hydrating lip balm to put on like before bed. You could even wear it during the day as well. You see it has kind of a peachy appearance. It's just going to be clear on the lips, but it is rather shiny. There's a little bit of gloss happening with this product. It's definitely a high-end kind of splurge type item, but in terms of comparing this across the board to everything I've used, this is the most nourishing, best rosy lip product. Not far behind that, I really ended up liking the Creme de Rose balm from Dior. This is more balmy. It's less glossy, less thick compared to that Aerin product. And it has a great dead-on rosy scent. The thing that I didn't quite get from this, it says smoothing plumping lip balm. I didn't quite get the plumping, other than the fact that it's hydrating my lips and maybe making lines appear a little less evident. It has a really rich, creamy texture, very smooth. It's not at all thick and waxy. It's also not too thin and greasy either. So that one really, I mean, it's expensive, so I'm kind of like, I don't know, but it truly does work well. Now, Rosebud perfume company is kind of like the granddaddy of the rosy lip balms, and there are a few that I really like from this line. These are going to be a thinner, maybe you could say more greasy texture lip balm. I don't feel like they're too greasy, but that's just the only way to really describe them in comparison to some of the richer products I just mentioned. I find these products that I'm going to mention to be very comfortable on the lips. There is some shine, and I really like the Rosebud Salve in the squeeze tube. I think the squeeze tube is just more travel friendly. I mean, I've had some melting issues in the past with the ones in the little tins, and those are cute and they're great for around the house, but this is even a little more sanitary and just more travel friendly. But the standard Rosebud Salve I really like. You're getting the classic rosy scent. You put it on, you definitely get some shine on your lips. It's just going to be a thinner type product than the last two that I mentioned, but it's still really nourishing and nice on the lips, and it's less expensive also. Now, a couple of varieties of the Rosebud Salve that I also found I really like, and brace yourself, this looks like something, I don't know, your grandma might have on her vanity, but it's the Brambleberry Rose. Check this lady out. This smells really freaking good. It's a combo, I feel like, of rose and berry. It smells so good, and I can't put my finger on anything to really compare this to that I've smelled before. Oh, it's that floral rosiness with some sweetness thrown in. I absolutely love that. And while it does look pink, it doesn't seem to offer any color to the lips. That's just going to be a clear lip balm. I'm going to be talking about tinted stuff in a second. And another one that I tried that kind of surprised me that I liked this is the Minted Rose. When I first smell this, the mint is kind of strong, but the rose still comes through, and you might not really think of those two things together, but it works for me. Maybe not everybody. There are probably some Rosebud Salve purists out there who couldn't bear to think of anything being mixed or changed about this, but the little bit of mint I think is really refreshing, and it kind of like opens up the sinuses just a little bit. So in terms of the rose lip balms that I did not go for so much, the Smith's Rose and Mandarin Lip Balm, this one just wasn't really doing it for me, but I do think some people out there might like this if you go for the scent of like a mandarin tea. It makes me think of an herbal orangey tea. Not really my cup of tea, pun intended, but some people out there might love this stuff, and it is available in the tin, but I happen to get it in the squeezy tube. Also from Smith's, the Mocha Rose. I thought this might be an interesting thing to try, but rose and chocolate, I don't know. I can't make that really pleasing to my nose, you know what I mean? And the last balm that I really didn't go for is the Jurlique Love Balm Rose. This, I felt like I was smelling like a solid perfume. It is that fragranced, and it really does smell good, but the texture makes me think of that as well. It's like it's so rosy, I almost don't feel right putting it on my lips, but you could use this anywhere. I think that was in the description, you know, put it wherever your skin is dry. You could use it on cuticles. Yeah, I don't know. I feel a little bit greasy about putting it there, but this was one of those pricier products that I didn't really think was worth it. Now for the rosy stuff that I would recommend that has a tint. The Benebalm. I love this. This smells so great. Oh, love the Benetint rosy scent. This is just going to be a great sheer red lip balm. I like the thickness and consistency of this product. I feel like it really adds some moisture to your lips. It doesn't fade away too fast, and it's great if you want to layer it on top of lip liners, on top of the classic Benetint stain. It looks gorgeous that way as well, but I really, really love that stuff. My other try this is a legit lipstick. Again, I've been trying several of the rosy things from the Aerin line, which is kind of a division of Estee Lauder, but this is the Rose Balm lipstick in Geranium. And I remember Instagramming a picture of this last summer. The packaging is stunning. I love that. And I'm wearing this in this video. It's such a luxurious texture of lipstick. It's fabulous, but it also smells like roses. Love that. And it seems like such a classic rosy look to the lips. This is exactly what I think of when I think of rose. You know, it's not that pure fire engine red. It's not really soft pink to me, but it's just that in-between rosy shade, classic rose lipstick. Now on the downside from Aerin, something I tried that I really didn't go for is the rose lip balm that's just in this little tin here. It appears to be tinted, and I think there is an untinted version as well, but it really didn't give me much color. When I put this on my lips, I don't see anything. I also didn't think it smelled nearly rosy enough. I mean, for as fragrant as the lip conditioner was, I didn't think this delivered as much, and the texture wasn't anything to write home about either. Also, I know some people really like the Vaseline Lip Therapy Rosy Lips, but again, this is one of those things where, how many times am I going to smell something in this video? But, I mean, it's a little bit rosy, but the texture is kind of just thick and goopy. I just find it to be a little bit annoying on the lips, more so than just putting regular Vaseline on. It's like, this is a little different formula maybe, and I just didn't really go for it. And it didn't make my lips rosy at all. So that, my friends, is my epic try this, not that on Rose products, Rose Beauty products. Hopefully this gave you some ideas on some different things you might want to try. I just love that scent in beauty products, and I'm glad I did this video because it forced me to really analyze everything and figure out which things were better than others for me, in my opinion. So thank you so much for taking time to watch, and I'll see you later. Bye.